Then we have the main event of the evening. We got Glover Teixeira. Finally, they were able to sort out that mess. They took Jiri Prochazka dropped. They offered Glover Magomed. He was like, listen, that's a very different fight. Give me a couple of weeks. We'll do it in Brazil. UFC told him to kick rocks. And then it all worked out. That fight was a dud. And now Glover gets to fight for his belt back, and he's taking on Jamahal Hill. Glover Teixeira is one of the more decorated light heavyweights in UFC history. I didn't say most. I said more. Don't get all weird with me. He holds divisional UFC records for both knockouts and submissions. He has a Mike Tyson striking style where he has a nice high guard. He's incredibly powerful. He uses his wrestling and his grappling, and he bobs and weaves, explodes in the combinations, and then wrestles. And early in his career, he was known as a striker who happened to have a BJJ black belt. But lately, he has become a grappler who happens to have power in his hands. He took down Jan Blachowicz twice to win the belt. Thiago Santos 4 times before that, and Jiri Prochazka 5 times in his last fight. He was literally 30 seconds away from retaining his belt, but he had a bad scramble, and he was just caught with a clean rear naked chokes. Literally 30 seconds away. He was dominating Jiri. 30 seconds away from winning that fight and keeping his belt. Jamahal Hill is a tall, rangy striker who comes forward and picks his shots really well. He has an incredible 6-3 striking differential, meaning he's got high volume and he doubles his opponent's strikes. He's primarily a boxer, but he does have solid leg kicks, solid power, volume, and accuracy, which makes him a very real threat on his feet. He has a 65% takedown defense, which he will need in this fight. Anybody who's been watching this channel for a while knows that I know Glover personally. We're both from Connecticut. We have been in the same circles for a long time. I've spent a good amount of time with that guy. A, amazing guy. B, I'm obviously biased. I'm a little biased in this pick. I've known Glover for 15 years, 20 years. How old am I? 20 years, I think. Anyway, my bias hasn't screwed me yet. I picked him to beat Jan, which he did. I picked him to beat Jiri. Sure, he lost that fight, but he kicked the crap out of him 90% of the time. And I think this fight looks exactly like those two fights, minus that bad scramble at the end with Jiri. I see Glover coming forward with that tight guard, throwing heavy, and then setting up his takedowns. Thiago Santos took down Jamahal Hill 6 times in that fight. And yeah, he was KO'd, but Glover is not Thiago Santos. Obviously, Glover's 43, which is not good. Jamal is an incredible striker with real power, but I think the grappling skill gap is way too wide here. And not to mention, Glover just had a full camp for the Jiri rematch. And the only reason Glover lost that fight is he got tired and had a bad scramble at the end. Literally, that's the only reason he lost that fight. He's had a full camp to improve whatever, small little cardio improvements and then not make a bad scramble. That's it. Jamahal Hill stepping up on short notice for a title fight. It's a big deal. It's a big deal for a young guy who's early in his UFC career. He wasn't supposed to fight until, March, I think, is when Jamahal Hill was supposed to fight. So he wasn't even in camp and then a pivot. He was pre-camp. Anyway, I like Glover Teixeira here. I have a bet on him at plus 130 money line. Premium members, you've seen that for a few weeks. Literally the minute they announced it, a couple hours later, the lines dropped. I hit it at plus 130. It is now plus 110. It's still plus money. I think it's still safe. But again, some closing line value. Well, it didn't close yet, but some early line value for premium members. Glover's going to be the pick here. I think he protects his chin, throws hard, gets the takedowns, and then I think Jamahal Hill's going to struggle on the ground. What I will say, anybody who's using the Paul Craig fight as Glover's going to submit him, Paul Craig. You obviously didn't watch the Paul Craig fight. Paul Craig was blasted on his ass, broke Jamal's arm or dislocated it, whatever, and Jamal didn't stop. So I'm not saying Glover's BJJ black belt off his back is going to get this done. I'm saying his offensive wrestling and his pressure on top is what's going to get this done. So Jamahal Hill's very dangerous. I'm going to need Glover to tuck and bomb and shoot, but I think he absolutely gets this done. Wins in Brazil, gets his belt back, and hopefully retires. What a better way. I mean, headlining a pay-per-view in Brazil as the champ. That's an awesome way to retire. Love the guy. I'm rooting for him. I got that bet on him, and I think it's some solid value there. Don't forget about the $1,000 giveaway. I put up a poll on the channel if we should give $1,000 to one person, $500 to two, $100 to 10, whatever it is. Vote on that, but make sure you subscribe to We Want Picks, subscribe to Picks Nation, and comment on the giveaway video because we're going to use a random comment picker to pick the winner. The links to do all of that are in the description. And don't forget, become a premium member. I get it. Some of you people are very cheap. I get it. I get it. It's $10 a month. It's only $2.50 a week. A couple of bucks per event. I know we have a little bit of a lull here with a couple of weeks, 2.5 weeks with no event, but big mistake because this is when premium is more important than ever. Link your Discord, get the alerts to your phone. We already have 14 units of future bets on the board. And if you need to recover from Christmas, recover from the holidays, fill that bank account back up. Go to weonpicks.com/bets. Use our links to sign up with any one of our betting partners. Make a deposit, and I will send you $50 as a thank you. It's affiliate marketing. They're going to pay us. Then we're going to pay you $50. It's very simple. weonpicks.com/bets. Like, subscribe, do all the things. And we'll see you every single week, even during the break.